Hey everyone, so I got this choice sirloin steak pack that I got super cheap, $2.99 a pound. I mean, you can look at them, they don't look like fancy steaks, they don't have a whole lot of marbling. We're going to see how tender I can make these. I'm going to be cooking them sous vide style today. Go ahead and get this opened up. Definitely a way to show you that you can make some decent steaks out of really cheap cuts of meat. Now, the only downside of some of these family packs, though, is that you don't always know for sure what the steak looks like when like the cuts of them and everything. This one looks like one of the best ones here. Definitely doesn't have much marbling. The meat's not very bright red. We got some that are kind of just pieced together in here. So ultimately, there's only 3 full steaks here. It's alright. I'll find a use for the other stuff. So first, I want to season everything. I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil, kind of make the seasoning stick. And I'm just going to do just a simple salt, pepper, and some garlic. We're just going to use some granulated garlic today. If you like, you could always put some whole garlic cloves or some chopped up garlic into the bag. We're going to vacuum seal these here in a moment. I'll show you another way that you could do it if you don't have a vacuum sealer. Give a decent amount of salt on both sides. I got some fresh cracked black pepper. Give it a good dose of garlic. I'm going to pat everything in. Let's go ahead and flip everything over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Once this is all seasoned up, we're going to, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get them vacuum packed. Pat this side down as well. Alright, so I went ahead and vacuum packed everything, and then I put some in a Ziploc bag. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, you just want to throw them into a decent Ziploc bag that has no holes in it. You push out as much air as you can. And I'm going to leave one part of the end open. That way I can submerge it and then try to get out any extra air. We'll go ahead and we got our sous vide bath here ready. Go ahead and submerge your Ziploc bag. As you submerge it, the air will be forced out. And then once you get it all the way in, then go ahead and seal it up.
Can you give me the caps? Because I'm trying to save caps so I can make stuff out of here.
Then we'll get our vacuum packed ones in. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set it to about 131, and I'm going to run it for 3 hours. Three hours have gone by. We're going to take out our steaks. They're definitely not pretty. when you sous vide them, you definitely want to grill them or sear them afterwards. I'm going to try out my induction stovetop cooker here for the first time ever. I also got stainless steel for the first time in many years as well, so it's definitely going to be different compared to what I'm used to. I gotten spoiled with the non-stick stuff. With induction, it's definitely a different way to cook, the speeds of it and everything, so I got to get used to that. But we're going to take our steaks out, and then what we want to do is we want to pat them dry as much as we can. Go ahead and get our pan ready. These pans are definitely nice. I like them. Induction has a temperature control, which is really nice. They don't take too long to get heated up.
Start talking.
Already feeling pretty hot. To test it, just flick a little water in. You'll see the droplets bounce around on the pan. You know it is hot enough. Put it in a little bit of olive oil. I gotta get used to that. Take the pan off and the stove shuts off. Go ahead and put our steaks in here and get them a good sear. We want to sear them for a couple minutes. High heat is definitely preferable here. I'm still trying to get used to this little stove, so I got to get used to the heats. After a couple minutes, we want to give these a flip. Also, one thing that a lot of people do when they sous vide is they'll use a torch. You can either use like a Searsall or you can use like a butane torch. I don't really use them very often. I prefer to get like an actual sear. Searsall is definitely going to be your better choice, but you'll just take it and just move it across quickly back and forth, and that will help sear your meats, do it like a quicker sear. If you do just the torch, no cooking or anything, you are going to get a little bit of a different flavor, so I would advise against that. But if you do it along with your cooking, it's definitely going to taste a lot better. I'm not going to finish using the torch though. You want to try and get all sides. When it's close to being done, I'll go ahead and throw in a little bit of butter. You can leave out the butter, but it does give a nice richness to the steak. we'll go ahead and take these out. We don't want them to be overdone. I think I've already cooked them a little too much, at least for my liking. All right, so let's go ahead and slice this open. I did let it rest for a couple minutes. Looks pretty good. Cutting pretty smoothly. Pretty tender. Got a good flavor. Yeah, definitely the way to make cheap steaks taste pretty good and tender. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Subscribe, like, comment below.